Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Knight Rider 006 catching up with another YouTube video. So last time we played some 2-minute bullet matches. Let's try to change the game just slightly, going up with a 3-minute bullet game. And let's see how exactly we are going to fare against our opponent here. So moving the bishops early on has taught me a lot. Got me some victories lately. We need to figure out new strategies, new play styles in order to make these cool setups. So I forced them to protect his king with that bishop over there. So maybe we have this unique setup. We might have a different turnout over here. So protecting my knight with my pawn pieces, I need to set up my major pieces early on in order to make sure that, we are getting ready to make some good big plays here. So everything is getting protected so far. So maybe it's time we sacrifice just a few pieces in order to make sure that we can take some kills here. So the knight was one of the most imperative pieces you want to take out early on. And my argument is that, since they are able to move in some patterns that, can catch you by surprise, catches you off guard. So that's why we want to take away the knight early on, which we have succeeded thus far. So let's see what other movements we can play around with in the meantime. So I wonder if it's a good idea to get his king in check here somewhat early on. Oh, smart. He was gonna threaten my rook with his bishop there in a dark brown space. So let's move the rook over here. Force him to take over here. I see the flaw in that mistake. He was going to kill that with the bishop piece. I feel like he really wants to take my rook, trade rooks here. Well, let's see what he plans to do. He's okay. It's a big move. Nobody's in a threatened position, so I would say he would be totally fine moving the rook here. Threaten the bishop to move elsewhere, which unfortunately might be one of our biggest mistakes. However, if we put the king in check, we could at least take one of his rooks. Actually, no, since the bishop there is threatening him, so we got a fork. I guess this is a cool way of getting a free rook piece with no major issues here. All right. Which guarantees us taking his bishop piece. Let's go back here. Threaten his king, which would give us his queen piece, which is pretty optimal. But as we know, that's not going to happen. All right. I don't have a problem by threatening his bishop piece over here. Yeah. Which would let us have the knight move around freely on the board. Okay, so we're gonna move the knight piece around just to see, start fishing for different things we can do with our pieces. So, what if we threaten the queen with the rook, forcing it to capture something? Not much we can do here. So the best bet is for me to move the pieces around here, protecting this pawn with the rook piece. Has me in check, no biggie. At this point, if he's gonna take that pawn, we got the queen to protect it. So, yeah, all right. So I would argue, I would say, let's go move here. I have 5 seconds left on the clock. I don't think there's much we can do. What are you gonna do here? Okay, put me in check. Move this over here. Oh, timeout. Doesn't matter. I would take that as a good challenge. So let's go for our next 3-minute match and see what we could do a little bit better next time. Maybe making some faster choices in our gameplay. So right off the bat, we can take his knight here, block this pawn here with my pawn. So he would think I would want to trade queens, but not too early. Nope, we are gonna fish for some moves here. See what he wants to do. Since we have 3 minutes starting off, I have 250 seconds, and he has 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. A lot of choices we can try to do. So it's still his turn. Oh, he got disconnected. That's unfortunate. So maybe we have to play another game just to get a better feel for it. Feel for it. Yep, he got disconnected. Doesn't matter. New 3-minute game. So same strategy. I want to open up the black bishop here early on. Move him here. And then maybe take his knight early on. See what we're gonna do. Nope. Okay. So change of game, change of pace. If I move here, yep. Unfortunately, oh my God! Why did I not move my queen piece? Very absurd of me to do. I knew that I wasn't in check, but for some reason my hand registered that I was in check. That's unfortunate. Doesn't matter. We go with the punches. It's the best we could do. All right. So the game plan. So now mess this up again. Okay. Moving the knight around to avoid getting eaten here. Well, there's no real threat here, so I could just take his bishop. Unsure why that's what happened, but whatever, it's okay. So let's take his piece here. His rook is able to move from the right-hand side, so now it's not fully threatened. All right, let's just force it to move. What? I don't understand. Checkmate. Checkmate where? I don't see the check. Oh. I suppose. Alright, whatever. Alright, one more game. It has been quite difficult lately with these 3-minute matches. So, funny how just adding 1 more minute, it's a whole different ball game. But that's how the way it goes. Okay, if they abort again, it makes me just not want to play anymore. Alright. So I feel like they want to get an early checkmate. Okay, let's just do this. And the bishop is protecting our knight. Okay. Okay. So what can we do? Where can we move that would not mess this up for us? Maybe this will give us the free movement for our knight pieces. Okay. Could trade queens, that's fine. No issue there. Okay, so he doesn't want to trade, that's fine. So let's just take a free rook piece. Put him in check, I believe. Take his knight, his rook piece. And then we are going to throw in his queen piece. So let's see what he decides to do. The queen is being threatened at the moment. So I have 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. They have 1 minute and 58 seconds left. Let's do it. Let's trade queens. Excellent. All right. So at this point, we will... Okay, let's play this smart. I have some sort of advantage here. Perhaps we can save our knight piece. Okay. Excellent. Free knight piece. That's great. I think so far things are coming in a more smooth pace here. So, with our timing, perhaps we can force him to not move there. Take his knight piece away. Doesn't matter, just take all the pawns. We will get some retribution here. So perhaps if I threaten his king piece, move it right here, protecting the pawn at all costs. Okay, let's see. Let's just move the knight around, I suppose. I gotta start using my other rook piece. That might give us another advantage into, doing some cool stuff here. So, yep. I was able to take his rook. Not too shabby at all. So at this point, I would love to get the checkmate on this guy. Alright, so let's move our pieces here. Where can I move exactly? Let's just take away his bishop piece because it's not really getting moved anywhere. Let's protect our pieces. Not be too hasty or too greedy. Okay, there you go. Good stuff. All right. So at this point, we have unlocked much more space. Let's do some cool stuff. At this point, I don't think it matters. I don't want to mess it up either. Too early on. So, check. Check. Okay, let's move it back here. It's fine. Probably get the checkmates if I don't mess this up. Let's go up. Checkmates. All right. Well, let's end it on that high note. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button.